Happy Memorial Day, folks, and make sure that, you remember the fallen soldiers, what this day is for them, the individuals that gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country. So this day is for them, remembering all the service members that gave their life for our country. So God bless them and their families. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why the Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. Various reasons why I think it's finally going to happen. And if you're a Lions fan or someone that covers the team like we do, the Lions have never won the NFC North, and it's been decades before they've won a playoff game. But this year is going to be different, and I'm going to give you 10 reasons why. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. It does help the content out there. We talk Lions on here from a fan perspective and a former player. Right now, we're in the lull period of the NFL, so not a lot of traction's taking place. But very soon, training camp's going to hit, and guess what? We are freaking full on for the NFL season. But this video here is 10 reasons why I think the Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. No particular order. I just put my 10 reasons down, and I'm going to talk about why. So we're going to go with number 1 here, and I'm going to say Jared Goff is one of the reasons the Detroit Lions win the NFC North. When you look at the quarterbacks in the NFC North, Justin Fields, right now, yes, he is a dynamic run threat, but he had problems passing. We don't know what's going on with the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. And Kirk Cousins, look, he did great last year, but every time when the lights are on, he seems to fumble and stumble. But when it comes to Jared Goff, Mr. Consistent himself, he's just going to be an individual that distributes the football. He's not going to turn the football over much, and he's going to put the Detroit Lions offense in positions to succeed. He had a great year last year with 7 interceptions and 29 touchdowns, almost 4,500 yards passing. I think he's going to replicate the success he had last year into this year and be one of the reasons the Lions win the NFC North. Number 2 here, why did Jared Goff do so well? It's because the offensive line was absolutely stud, and that's why one of the reasons why the Lions are going to win the North here. Halapoulivaati Vaitai, he was out all last year. Guess what? He's healed. He looks to be good to go at the right guard position. And if you look at Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, and Penei Sewell, the Lions have one of the best offensive lines in football. You give the ability for the quarterback to pass it. You give him time, and you can open up the run game and dominate the line of scrimmage. You win. The Lions have the best offensive line in the NFC North by far. They're going to show it again this year and help them out. Number 3, we picked up a guy from the Chicago Bears and David Montgomery to be that power running game. Yes, that is a reason why the Lions are going to win the NFC North. We have a guy who can brawl it out. And guess what? In the fourth quarter, when you need those crucial yards and to pound it when other teams know you're going to run it, you have a reliable player in David Montgomery who can get those first downs and close games out. The power run game is going to help the Lions finish these games off, win it, and have them win the NFC North. Number 4 is the big splash plays. Not only do we got power run game, we got old school football here in Detroit, but we have the big splash plays in Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams when he does come back. And let's put in Khalif Raymond in there as well. The guy can make some big plays. So we got some speedsters on this offense that can do chunk plays and be that lightning to the thunder that we do have. That's really important. You put them combined. It gives defenses a lot of issues. What are they going to do? Is it going to be a play-action pass? Is it going to be a power run? When you have that tools in the toolbox, Ben Johnson, guess what? Get it done in multiple ways, and that's going to help the Lions win the North for sure. Coaching is my number 5, and this is not just Dan Campbell. This is going to be Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. This is going to be all the coaches on the football team putting their players in positions to succeed. Dan Campbell, first off, is a guy that loves to go out on fourth down. He's an aggressive coach, and it has worked. He's been very good with the way he conducts himself on Sundays. He's gotten better, too, each year, in each game when it comes to time management and everything that you need for game day. You look at Ben Johnson, one of the best OCs in the NFL. Aaron Glenn's now got players he can utilize and make specific schemes up, like a C.J. Gardner-Johnson and a Brian Branch, and utilize them at safety as well as the nickel corner. And one of the guy who we never talk about is Phipp there, the special teams. He's always doing a good job. Special teams is always good for the Detroit Lions, whether it be kink or punt returns, coverage, and of course going forward on fourth down with the Jack Fox or any other player in special teams. All around, the Lions got a hell of a good coaching staff, former players, and that's going to help them win this North. Give me one of the reasons why you think the Detroit Lions will win the NFC North, whether it be coaching, Goff, power run, offensive line to this point. What do you think are one of the reasons the Lions win the North? Let's continue on here with number 6, pass rush. When you have a secondary so sticky like we got with all these names, right? Cameron Sutton, Mosley, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Tracy Walker, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, it gives the Lions defensive line one more second, in my belief, to hit the quarterback. And if you look at last year, so many times Aiden Hutchinson and others nearly got to the quarterback, but they got rid of the football a little early. Now, when you have a sticky secondary, it forces the quarterback to have to read a little bit more, and it puts them a little more time in the pocket, and that will give the Lions pass rush ample opportunity to make plays with sacks and fumbles and all sorts of lovely stuff they do to the quarterback. That is definitely going to be the reason, one of the reasons why they win this North, and they got players that can come in immediately, unlike last year. Romeo Okwara ready to go. Charles Harris ready to go. Joshua Pascal ready to go. Then you got James Houston, who didn't start the beginning of last year. He's ready to go. Aiden Hutchinson, Isaiah Buggs, Broderick Martin, Aleem McNeil. They have names galore upon this defensive line, and it's going to help them win this bad boy. How about number 7 reason to me, maybe should be, like if you rank it, maybe the number 1 reason why here is interceptions. We got players on this defense that can intercept a ball like crazy. You just look at it. Kirby Joseph last year, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Those two guys alone loves interceptions. Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch when he comes in. It is just absolutely ridiculous with talented players defensively, primarily in the back end of the defense, that love getting interceptions. What win games? Turnovers. Turnovers win games. If you look last year, the Lions went 8-2. Jared Goff was not turning the football over. The Lions defense were getting turnovers. It's going to happen again, but I think it's going to be much improved from last year, and they were one of the better teams in the NFL last year, so I think they're going to continue to get those interceptions, continue to be making play-making moves defensively, and the Lions will get it done. How about special teams, number 8? We talked a little bit about it, but we have a kicker, we have a damn good punter, and we got a aggressive special teams unit that goes for it on fourth down all the time, and it seems to get it, whether it be the fake punt and Jack Fox getting a first down, or fake punt giving it to a player who just runs it for 28 yards. The special teams unit for the Lions is very good, and you need all 3 phases to be a playoff contender, and in this case, to me, they're so well-rounded, it's going to help the Lions all around. 9, the defense is going to take a significant jump all around. Last year, look, the first half of the year is booty cheeks. It did get better, but the players that they added, Jack Campbell, linebacker, huge for the Detroit Lions as a rookie and in getting him in the NFL draft. Broderick Martin to help stop the run. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Emmanuel Mosley, Cameron Sutton, second year for Kirby Joseph. Tracy Walker's coming back. We talked about Romeo Okwara. We talked about Charles Harris, Joshua Pascal. The Lions' defense, from a talent perspective, is much improved from what is last year, and it should immensely improve the Lions' defense. And if you look last year, if they could have just stopped the Seattle Seahawks one time and the Philadelphia Eagles one time, Lions probably win those games. And guess what? If they win those games, they're right there. they're looking at 11-win seasons. So, to me, they improved their defense significantly where it jumps from one of the worst. I think they can get to middle of the pack. Lions should absolutely win a lot of these games that you'd think would be a little bit closer, but it'd be much easier because the defense all around is absolutely improved. The number 10 here is the NFC North, the way that it stands right now. If you look at the Chicago Bears, yes, they're most definitely improved from what they were last year, but they're a 3-win team. Okay? I think they're a 7 to 8 win team. 7, 8, the highest they can go. They're still not a great team. They improved, but the Lions roster is much improved compared to theirs. It's not even close. Lions roster is better. You look at the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers is gone. We don't even know what they got there, but we know they weren't that great of a team, and if you look at the talent, I think they're worse than what they were last year. And the Lions beat them twice, and Chicago took third place in the NFC North. And you look at the Minnesota Vikings, they've lost talent this offseason. I don't think they've gained talent. They're probably going to lose their running back Cook. They're having some issues over there. I think they take a step back, and if you look at the games that they had, they were like 9 or 10 games within one score or the last drive. Do you think that happens again? Probably not. And the Detroit Lions are the most improved team. I think all around they're the most talented team, offense, defense, and special teams. Lions got a great opportunity here to take the North with the other teams kind of taking a step back and Bears taking a step forward, but just not fully there yet. So that's the reasons why I think the Detroit Lions will win the NFC North. Let me know in the comments below, what are reasons why you think they win the NFC North?